Hello, my sweet angels. So, it is in fact August. However, I filmed this video back in March. And I just never got it. Well, I never finished filming it. And I never got around to editing it because life happened and everything just collapsed in my life. And, so, yeah. But essentially, what this video is my cousin chose 6 books for me to read in March, and I attempted to read all 6 of them. Now, did I? No. I think I read maybe 2. I may have read like 2 out of the 6 books. But the 6 books that she chose were Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams, The Mistake by Elle Kennedy, Marriage for One by Ella Mays, and then They Didn't Know by Pam Eaton, Brutal Obsession by S. Massery, and Better Than the No, I already said Better Than the Movies, didn't I? My brain's not working. Okay, The Mistake, Better Than the Movies, Marriage for One, They Didn't Know, Brutal Obsession, and then Practice Makes Perfect. I don't know which one I missed, but or if I even missed one. I don't know, my brain's not working. Anyway, but only 2 of those get read in this video. But I still wanted to upload this because I filmed it, so why not just edit what I have and upload it? So that's essentially what this is. And, yeah, it is very, very late. It's very late. But I hope you still enjoy, and, I hope you enjoy the video.
But the first book that I started with, or decided to start this video off with, is Brutal Obsession by S. Massery because it's thick, okay? It's very thick, so I decided. And there's one other one that's pretty long. It's about 500 pages on the TBR. So I was like, let's just go ahead and get one of the long ones out of the way. It's March 6th. I haven't made a ton of progress in this book because I've been relatively busy. But I am on chapter 14, which is page 141. So I have this much left, but I read this. I do have some, like, content, I guess. I have some content of me reading, so I'll input that footage here. I'll input the footage that I have so far of me reading it right here.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory.
Artlist.io.
Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these restless nights, all these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain.
Okay, so that's all the footage that I have so far, but again, I'm not super far in. But I figured it's the 6th of the month. I'm 141 pages in. I better, like, film the intro and film my updates so far. So, Brutal Obsession, this is basically about Grayson and Violet, and what, I'll read the back of the book because I don't want to give any spoilers, but it says, I had a foolproof plan, finish college playing the best sport on earth, hockey, get drafted by an NHL team, make my senator father at least a little proud of me. I was on track to do just that until Violet, Reese, and I collided, literally. Turns out my plan didn't, the back is very hard to read, but hold on. Turns out my plan didn't account for a night in jail and the news articles that followed it. Everything fell apart after that. New school, new hockey team, and a resentment like I've never felt before, directed at the girl who set me off course. Lucky for me, she attends this new school of mine, and there are 1,000 ways to ruin her. So basically, this book starts with him breaking her leg. I'll just leave it at that. As you guys saw, the dedication, I love the dedication. The introduction part scares me because it says, Grayson wanted me to inform you that he does not grovel under any circumstances. That scares me because of what I've already read. This is college. He's on the hockey team. They are enemies. It's a very dark, very unhinged bully romance. This is heavy, heavy bully romance, and I'm not the biggest fan of bully romance. So I'm not, like, rooting for the couple. I'm not like, oh my god, if Violet and Grayson don't get together, I'm going to die or I'm going to riot. I'm not like that. Like, I'm not rooting for the couple to get together. And if they don't, I'm fine with it because I don't completely support everything because Grayson is a dick, okay? Grayson so far is such a dick, and he's done so many things where I would need him to grovel in order for me to like him. But, for example, there's a video. I'm not going to give spoilers or anything. This is completely spoiler-free, by the way. I should have said that in the very beginning. But, there's a video. I'm going to leave it just a video. I'm not going to say what's in it. But there's a video that he shares with the entire school. And I hate that. I hate him for that. Also, there's a Steel thing going on. There's a character in here named Steel. Here's the thing. I do and I don't like the Steel thing. And it has me very confused because when I first read it, I was like, I don't like this, but thinking back on it, it honestly didn't affect me. I'm just very confused. Like, when I read it, I was like, I don't like this. And if my crush or significant other or whatever made me do the Steel thing to someone, I would hate him, I would despise him, and I would throw him out of my life. But I didn't mind it. I didn't mind the Steel thing. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but, like, I didn't mind it. Like, I'll just ignore it. But, like, I've also heard from Larry that there's a Paris thing in here. And if the Paris thing is anything like the Steel thing, I will end up chucking this across the room because I won't like that at all. And I don't know what that says about me. That I didn't mind the Steel thing, but I would hate the Paris thing. I don't know what that says about me. But, I don't want to know. I don't want to know what that says about me. But so far, I'm having a good time. Like, I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun. But I'm not in love with the couple. Nor do I think I will ever root for this couple to be together at the end. However, it's entertaining. It's entertaining and it's fun. And you know what? That's all that matters. It is the 6th. I do have a lot to do today, so I don't know if I'll get any more reading done today. But I'll either give you an update, like, later today or tomorrow or something. Or I may wait another couple days until I'm more into this. Or I may wait until I'm about halfway through for an update. I may give, like, a 20 or so percent update, then a 50 so or percent update, and then a finished update. For these vlogs, I don't really know. It just depends on when I want to pick up the camera to give an update, and also depends on when I have an update. But I have a lot to do today, so I don't know how much reading I'll get done. But I will update you guys when I have another update, and hopefully I have some more footage to input right here of me reading.
Artlist.io.
Take my mind and run with you. You shine so bright in your blue suede shoes.
Music licensing reimagined.
I don't got no real estate and nobody knows my name. I could find a place and see it all a different way. Slow down, you got what you need, and the world's at your feet. Summer days, summer nights, lose it all, close your eyes. It's okay, waste your time, I don't mind.
Artlist.io.
I finished Brutal Obsession by S. Mastery last night on my Kindle. That's why I didn't really talk about it, is because I was in this chair, in this recliner, and I read the last hour and a half of this book. And I'm going to give this a 3.5 star. I really enjoyed it. The first half of this, well, actually the first 70% of this is absolutely unhinged, dark, bully. Grayson is a dick, he's an asshole. I didn't care for the couple, I didn't care if they ended up together, and I was like, if Violet ends up dumping, well, not dumping because they weren't even dating, but if she ends up dropping his ass and kicking him out of her life, I'm completely okay with that, and slay. I'm on her team. But then we got to like the 70%, and I started really liking Grayson. He started showing his sweet and caring side, which was cute. He didn't get redeemed. Well, I don't really think, I don't know. I'm conflicted because I don't feel like he needs to be redeemed. Like, I feel like what he did and then what she did to him were justified, except for the Paris thing. The Paris thing still pisses me off. I did not like that. I did not like the Paris thing. Like I said before, or I think I said it before, the steal thing, I'm fine with. I'm fine with the steal thing. And apparently there's a bonus POV of the locker scene in Steele's point of view, which I downloaded on my Kindle, and I'm going to read it before I start my next book, or later tonight I'm going to read it. Because I need to know what Steele was thinking during that scene. But 3.5 stars. I had a good time. Like, I enjoyed the entire book. It took twists that I was like, what the fuck is going on? How did we get here? Why are we here? And how are we gonna, what? Like, I was so confused. But then I basically guessed what happened. Like, I guessed who it was. And, yeah, I can always trust my gut instinct because I had bad vibes about specific characters, and all of them proved to be correct. I will definitely be continuing the series, and they're so easy to read. Like, you don't want to put them down. Like, they're addictive, and they're just so easy to read. Me saying, I'm saying this, but I've only read one book, but I can't wait for the rest of the books. They're all released, and it's like a complete series. But I really want to go online and just purchase the rest of the books, even though they're on KU. I love the covers, and I just want to purchase the rest of them. I just want to purchase the rest of them so bad. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed this. Definitely happy that I picked it up. It's not quite a 4-star because I feel like my 4 and 5 stars are like the books that I love with my entire soul and that I would reread. I don't know if I would pick this up to reread it again. I don't want to say that I wouldn't because I pick up books just randomly to reread. It was super long, but I enjoyed every single second of it. Except for the Paris thing and, but I was happy with how it turned out. And once Grayson started showing his sweet and caring side, I was like, I really want them to be together. I'm really rooting for them. And yeah. Oh, so good. But also the end, oh my god. Wait, what chapter was it? What chapter was it? Because it was, I didn't see that coming. I'm going to tell you the chapter. If you read it, then you know. That was a very, unintentional pun. Where is it? What chapter? No. There's this chapter. Oh, no. Hello? There's a chapter in here where he and her are being intimate, going at it in the living room with 2 of his teammates watching. I was like, where, how, where, why? But also, I didn't care, I didn't mind, but it was just there was no sign that this was going to happen, but, I mean, why would there be? But, I'm going to go through, all of my highlights and, share some of my, favorite quotes from this book. I'm going to do that, right now, and then I'll come back, after I, go through all my highlights, because I want to share some of my favorite quotes that either I relate to or I found funny. No spoilers. These are just going to be out of context quotes, and I'll do ones that don't spoil anything. But I'm going to go through my my highlights and my annotations, and then I will be back to share some of my favorite quotes and things. And I think Steele and Miles are going to be my top 2 favorites in this series, because I've heard that the series just it gets better and better and better, I know Jacob has a book, right? If I remember correctly, Jacob has a book. His is the last book, and he just graduated in this book. So I don't know how we're going to do that, or if that one's just not going to be set in college. I'm not sure. Because I haven't read the like, synopsis, or synopsis. Synopsis. This just reminds me of yesterday. Me and my mom, like, we're going to go on a little ramble here. Me and my mom went out yesterday to run some errands because I had to go to the library and had to go to the store and everything. And we were going around a roundabout. And we were talking, and she was like, I hate these. And she was like, I hate these turnabouts. And we're like, no, that doesn't sound right. And then we were like, turnarounds? But then I was like, turnarounds? And then we were both like, no, that doesn't sound right either. And we drove for another minute, and then I'm like, roundabouts. And she's like, that's it. No wonder it didn't sound correct. I don't know what was going on with us yesterday, but apparently we thought a roundabout was a turnabout and then a turnaround. I don't even know. But it was a good laugh. I feel like Miles might be my favorite because he kind of gives me, like, scary golden retriever cinnamon roll scary boyfriend. Like, he gives me that vibe. Like, I feel like he's gonna be absolutely obsessed with Willow and is gonna do absolutely anything for her, but he's gonna be scary, you know, and he's gonna be unhinged. Okay, I have 6. I found 6 quotes that I can read out that don't spoil anything, that I absolutely love. So, and I'll put like the screenshots somewhere on here. Love is overrated. I want to torment her until she breaks. How many ways can a person break before they can be reshaped into something new? When I break you, it won't be your leg or your ribs or your vocal cords. It's your mind I'm after, Violet. Your mind and your soul, because that black heart that beats behind your ribcage, that already belongs to me. Oh my God, sir. I'm fucking telling you, Vi, it's you and me, only us. I'm not letting anyone or anything come between us again, and you can count on that. Give me a Grayson. Give me a man don't give me a man like Grayson, okay? I don't need that much of an asshole. But give me a man who is obsessed like Grayson. Give me a man that obsessed. Oh, this one, I mean, I like the entire quote, but I like the first half more because it's relatable. But it takes dedication on top of the love. It takes a willingness to fight to stay together. And that's exactly what I want. I want to get so close to Violet, I inhabit her skin. I want to wear her scent on my clothes. I want to lock her away so no man ever fucking looks at her again. I mean, I love the entire quote, but especially the first half with it takes dedication on top of the love. It takes a willingness to fight to stay together. Because it's so true and it's so just relatable. Next one is, but for her, I'm not sure there's anything I wouldn't do. And that's a fact. There is nothing he wouldn't do for her, and I need a man that obsessed. Will I ever find a man that obsessed? We shall see. But the next book that I'm going to start is Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. I haven't actually started. Like, I literally just put my bookmark in here for no reason. But that's way too close. There we go. Practice Makes Perfect, Sarah Adams. I'm going to try to start this one. This TBR is difficult because she's not that, like, my cousin is not that avid of a dark romance reader. Like, she does not do dark romance. She does not do dark romance, and I do. And so I have never had so many rom-coms or, like, contemporaries on my TBR at the same time. Because I read so much dark romance, I might sprinkle 1 or 2 like rom-com or contemporaries a month, but you probably will never see me read this many contemporaries and rom-coms in a vlog or in a wrap-up or in a month ever again. Because, yeah, I don't think this has any spice. I think this is closed door and it's just like implied that they get intimate, so that'll also be fun to see because I don't remember the last time I read a book that did not have spice. Let me actually look. Let me actually look at one of my reading trackers and see if I can find what the last book I read that didn't have spice was. That's like is a romance, because obviously mysteries and thrillers don't have spice in them. So what was the last romance I read that did not have spice? Okay, I'm back. I found one. So the last one that I read that didn't have spice was Alpha and Omega by Patricia Briggs. I listened to it as an audiobook, And it was a like novella. I think it was like under 100 pages. I'm not sure. It was like 2.5 hours, audiobook wise. And that didn't have any spice. I'm not a person that has to have spice in their books in order to read it. But this is, it doesn't sound interesting. Like, it doesn't sound like I'm in the mood for it, but I'm going to give it a try. It's basically about Annie, who lives in Rome, Kentucky, and about this bodyguard, Will? Is that his name? Yeah, Will, who's a bodyguard for her brother's fiance, if I'm understanding that correctly. And she basically gets him to, like, her dating life is not good, and so he takes her out on practice dates, and, like, is teaching her how to flirt, apparently, is what I gathered from the synopsis back here. But, I don't know, it doesn't sound like I'm in the mood for it, but I'm gonna try to start it and give it a try, but I may end up having to, like, soft DNF or permanently DNF, depending on how this goes. Okay, this is probably a bad angle, but we're gonna ignore it. I started Practice Makes Perfect. It's the same day. It's like, what time is it? Hello? 6:21. I started Practice Makes Perfect, and I need to talk about it a little bit. So, I'm literally on page 21. And I have so much to say, so much to tell you. Literally on page 21. And yet I have so much to say. First of all, the dedication. I love the freaking dedication. I'll take a little picture and insert it here somewhere, but it says, "This one is for the softies, the tender-hearted sweeties, the introverts who are afraid to shine." I love that. I love that dedication. I don't think I've related to a book character so fast. Like, I've definitely related to characters in books more than I connect to Annie, but I can relate to Annie. Let me back you up. I can connect to Annie so quickly. Like, I have connected to her so quickly, and I'm already invested in Annie and Will's story. Like, I was nervous going into it. I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know how I'm going to get into this, if I'm going to get into this, if this is going to be for me. I'm loving it so far. And again, 21 pages in, and I'm in love. I'm already connected to characters. I'm already connected to the plot. I'm already connected to the couple, and I'm already rooting for them. Like, I'm already, like, shipping them together. I will say, it is very insta-lust and very insta-love, but I feel like that's because this is the second book in the series. The first book is When in Rome, so I feel like this feels insta-lust and insta-love to me because I didn't read When in Rome, and they met in When in Rome, if I'm guessing correctly. So they've already, like, connected. They already know each other. They already, like, have met and they know each other, and so that's why it feels insta-lust/love to me, because I didn't read When in Rome. I like this quote. It says, "For introverts like me with social anxiety, the process of dating is equivalent to waxing your bikini line, menstrual cramps on day 2 of your cycle, an emergency dental procedure you weren't expecting, and guess what? They're fresh out of Novocaine." That's so fucking funny to me, and it's so fucking relatable. Like, dating is hard for an introvert. Like, oh my god. And then this one, I also really related to this. It says, "I am the quiet one in my family, the one with her nose always in a book because she prefers worlds where she doesn't have to interact with other humans. It's so much easier to read about relationships than to foster them. Less dangerous, too. I can't fit anyone written into a book. I can't say the wrong thing, and book characters don't make judgments about me." Is this fucking play about us? Like, oh my fucking god. Like, I relate to that so much, and I feel like, tons of readers can relate to that. Oh my god. And then the book starts out with her on a date with someone, and Will walks into the restaurant also on a date, and he walks over to her table, and, like, her date is off taking a call, right? And you don't know, but I'm telling you. He walked up to take a phone call, or to answer a call, and Will walked over to her table, and she's like, "Will Griffin, it's you, hi." And it says, he smiles, and Walker, hi back. Oh my god. It's literally the smallest fucking interaction. It's the smallest first interaction that I'm reading of them, and I'm already obsessed. I'm already fucking obsessed. And then her date fakes an emergency and is like, I have to leave. And she's like, okay. And he starts to walk off. But Will blocks him. Will stops him from leaving and makes him pay. Oh my god. He makes her date pay for the date. Like, she was getting the money out of her purse to pay for it. No. Will stopped her date and made him pay. Oh my god. And then she gets up to walk out of the restaurant, and he gets up and he walks her outside, opens the door. Oh my god. He walks her to the front of the restaurant, opens the door for her, walks her to her car, and then opens her car door for her. Okay, it is quite a couple days later. I honestly always forget, like, the last times that I talked to you. But give me a break. I have a migraine right now, so nothing's going according to plan. But it's 8:14, March 13th. You can't see that at all, but it's March 13th. It's Thursday, and it's 8:14 p.m. But I did start Practice Makes Perfect, and I got to page 41. Was there any, like, updates? I know I read... So, is there any updates from here? Oh, yeah, there are some quotes that I wanted to read out that I really liked. This is definitely going to be, like, a quote kind of book. I have my little tabs in here, but never once did they give her the adjective that always sprung into my head when I saw her. Gorgeous. That was just so cute. That was just so cute. Oh, my God. And then he, oh, my God. Then he said... I wanted to talk to her all night. Hell, I would have settled for sitting and watching her read her book. I don't know why I paused like that. Reading her book. I bet she makes all kinds of faces while reading. The fact that he would settle for just sitting there, watching her read. That's a man. That is a man. Okay, that's all, like, the updates that I had. I haven't picked this up. I was going to pick this up earlier today, but that didn't happen. Let me tell you why. I don't know why I'm showing you this. The cover's not even on here. They Didn't Know by Pam Eaton. That's why. This book is not on Kindle Unlimited, so, and having been through almost the exact same experiences, it's hit very deep, and it's hit a lot harder than I thought it would because of how similar and how, I don't want to say identical because there are differences between her experiences and mine, but they've been more similar than I thought they would have been, which has really, like, caught me off guard. And so I feel like I've connected to Tori due to that, and I feel like anyone who's been in a similar situation to what she's been through can connect to her. Especially with, like, the aftermath and her parents and, you know, how she feels in the aftermath of everything. I can connect to it and I can relate to it so much. Oh, and Tori has a friend named Danny. I don't like her. I don't like Danny. I'm sorry. I don't. Actually, I'm not sorry, because we can all have different opinions, but I don't like Danny. Just saying that here and now. I am going to read a couple quotes that I've highlighted that I really like in this book, and I'll put screenshots of the quotes on the screen somewhere. Also, I would definitely check trigger warnings for this, because it does deal with some very hard topics, including unaliving one's self, and it also deals with something else, which I wouldn't classify as a spoiler because it's kind of talked about right in the beginning, but I'm not going to say it, but definitely check trigger warnings. One quote says, "How do I tell her that I can feel alone in a crowded room? How do I explain that it doesn't matter how nice these kids are to me because it won't fix the broken things within me? There is no miracle cure," which, relatable, you know. This is going to expose me in so many ways. If you hear anything in the background, it's either my dad outside or it's thunder because there's a storm rolling in. So, Sometimes I think it's more painful that he knows I'm hurting versus the hurt that I feel. Or the hurt I feel, not, you know what I'm saying. Another one says, sometimes we let ourselves drift into this world where we play out scenes again and again. We dissect every moment. We let the guilt weigh us down. We let the knowledge we've acquired shame us. You see the past, see it, live it, and learn from it. Learn that tomorrow is a chance for a fresh start. Nothing is permanent. Change is the only constant we have in this life. Change however you want. It'll take time, but instead of counting the what ifs, grab onto the what nows. Grab onto them with both hands. What do I want now? What do I want to change now? What am I willing to do now? Some days the dark pushes out all the light. Hold on to the hope of a better day. Hold on to it when you don't know what else to grasp onto. And don't you dare let go, because you've already lived the worst day of your life and you're still here fighting. Like, there's so many good and just relatable quotes in this. I used to try and not feel anything. Feeling again is draining. I've been numb for so long. I think if I'm feeling the bad stuff now, it's because I tried for so long to block it out. I don't think I've ever had this many, like, relatable quotes back to back to back to back in a book ever before. I'm really scared, though. I'm on chapter 24, which is 65% of the book. And my cousin said that it's in, like, the 70s or 80s% that Tori says what she says, so I'm very nervous. I'm very nervous and I'm anxious because this could ruin the book for me. We're going to read. I have a ambience video pulled up on my TV because sometimes I like to put like an ambience video in the background, and then other times I like to put like a comfort TV show in the background. However, since I have a migraine, if I put on a TV show, I am most likely going to get distracted. I tend to put either Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, Sons of Anarchy, or Criminal Minds on in the background because I've rewatched them so many times. But if I put any of those on right now, I'm going to get distracted, and I'm literally just going to watch TV and not read. So I'm going to put an ambience video in the background. I have Reading in the Night Court Library, which is an app, and we're just going to read. I'm going to finish this book tonight. I won't film myself finishing it because I have like an hour left in it. And I'm not going to film an hour of me reading. But I will film a little bit of me reading. So, enjoy the little montage.
Artlist.io.
Take my mind and run with you. You shine so bright in your blue suede shoes.
Music licensing reimagined.
I don't got no real estate and nobody knows my name. I could find a place and see it all a different way. Slow down, you got what you need, and the world's at your feet. Summer days, summer nights, lose it all, close your eyes. It's okay, waste your time, I don't mind.
Artlist.io.
Up all night, no time to keep. My head's not right,
Music licensing reimagined.
'cause I can't sleep. I don't got no real estate and nobody knows my name. I could find a place and see it all a different way. Slow down, your heart's on your sleeve, and nobody can see right now. Summer days, summer nights, lose it all, close your eyes.
Artlist.io.
It's okay, waste your time.
just take me a hot minute to set that up. Yes it did. My phone flashlight is blinding me right now. However, I just wanted to say I finished it. They didn't know. I feel like that's not good lighting. There we go. That's better. I'm blinding myself though. Jesus. Okay. Anyway, I finished They Didn't Know. I don't know if you can tell, I've been crying. I've been crying. Yeah, got tears in my eyes still. Okay. I'll talk more about this book tomorrow. I'll talk more about it tomorrow. Because I don't think I can talk about it right now without crying. I have been crying for probably the last, 20 minutes. So, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. And I will talk more about this book in the morning.
Hey, sweet angels. It's been a couple days since that last clip that I filmed. I think this is 2 days later. Yeah, 2 days later. I meant to sit down and film this this morning, but I overslept, and then ignored my bed. It's usually made, but I immediately got up, got dressed, and got ready, and then left the house because there's my dog in the back. But I went to my sister's house to spend the day with her and my niece, so I just did not make my bed before I left. Because I immediately just woke up and got ready and then left the house. Because I wanted to go spend the day with them. So, and it's been a bit of a rough day. If you can't tell, I'm very mellow today. Because this is day 3 of my migraine. I'm currently having a migraine attack. And today is day 3 of it. But I wanted to sit down and talk really quickly. He's looking for food, is what he's looking for. But I just wanted to very quickly talk about They Didn't Know. And I wanted to very quickly give my thoughts and everything about They Didn't Know. I'm giving it 4.5 stars. I may end up switching this to a 5-star. It's just I just want to wait on it. But at the moment, it's a 4.5 star. I really, really loved this book. Yeah, I loved the book. I loved the setting. I loved the pacing, and I thought it was very realistic. As again, someone who's been through similar experiences to Tori, I felt like it was very realistic, and I felt like I connected to the book way more because I could connect and I could relate to what Tori had been through with everything. If you hear anything in the background, I'm sorry, it's my dad. But yeah, I really loved it, and I loved the story that it told. I liked how it ended. The Zach thing was very sad, and as you saw, I was crying. I cried for the last 30 minutes of this book. Yeah, it was very sad and very heartbreaking.
Okay, hello. So I never actually, this looks weird. I never actually filmed a outro for this because I thought I was gonna get the rest of the books filmed. And I was having a migraine attack, so I just did not ever film an outro for this. So here's the outro. As you saw, I said 4.5 in the last clip, but then put 4.75. That's because my rating changed. After sitting on it for a bit, I decided 4.75 stars. So unfortunately, I only got 41 pages of one book, and then 2 of the books fully read. And it is indeed August. So it is months late, but I wanted to edit this and get it out, at least for my cousin who chose these books. I want her to at least be able to watch this. So, yeah, that's basically it, and this is the outro. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope you consider subscribing if you liked this. I promise my vlogs will be better, content-wise and, quality-wise and, editing-wise, the more I, learn and practice and stuff. But, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you, loves, in the next one.